Is Doctor Who becoming a PR disaster? I'm going to begin by proposing a scenario where changing the gender of the Doctor could have been handled differently and more effectively. It's 2013, and Matt Smith has just announced that he's leaving the role. One of the actors that was reportedly in contention for the role of the 12th Doctor was Olivia Colman. Also, keep in mind that overt PC culture didn't go into overdrive until the Capaldi era, and there would not have been the same level of suspicion with regards to motivations that there is now in 2017. Furthermore, Colman is a highly respected actor with impressive range. All one has to do is compare her performance to Broadchurch to her performance in Peep Show, a British comedy series that ran from 2003 to 2015. Colman would be one actor that would portray the Doctor as the Doctor, and very likely would have given us a darker interpretation, similar to that shown by Capaldi in Series 8. Now, let's look at the way the introduction might have been handled. There could have been a live introduction and a question and answer period. The showrunner, whether it be Steven Moffat or someone else, could have made it clear that several actors, both male and female, were considered for the role, and that Colman was the best choice. It could also have been made clear that, while there was a gender change, this is still the Doctor, and ideology, particularly third-wave feminism, would not enter into the equation. This is simply a new actor, and the show will continue as before. There still would have been a backlash, although nowhere near what we are seeing now. Also, rather than pretending that those who are concerned about the trajectory of the change don't exist, these concerns could be addressed directly. For example, saying, "No, that's not how it's going to be, and here's why." It could also be announced that, rather than taking a full year before Colman's first story, Series 8 would air in the spring, only 3 or 4 months after the Regeneration-centered Christmas special. Basically, getting it out as soon as possible to demonstrate that there is nothing to be concerned about. More likely than not, everything would have been fine, and the show could have moved forward. Now, let's get back to reality. Rather than having an open and public casting announcement, we were given a pre-film sequence. Moreover, many Doctor Who fans were already suspicious, having been hammered over the heads with PC narratives for the previous 2 series. Also, while I like Jodie Whittaker as an actor, I don't really see many doctorish qualities in her, and I don't think she has Colman's acting range. Although, I could be proven wrong on this point, as I also didn't see how Matt Smith would pull it off either, and yet we were proven wrong. Also, let's talk about meritocracy. Since the casting, we've learned that Chibnall only wanted a female Doctor. What happened to selecting a person who is best for the role and considering all options regardless of gender? After all, this worked out great for the 2016 Ghostbusters movie, didn't it? Of course, Whittaker still could have proven to be the best option had she been tested against a roster of qualified actors, both male and female, but we'll never know. The most pervasive PR disaster, however, and the one that is infuriating a large portion of Doctor Who fandom, is the manufactured narrative that there is no backlash and it's only a handful of misogynistic bigots that are against the 13th Doctor. As I've stated in other videos, and as many others have also stated, the concerns have little to do with the Doctor's gender, and most have accepted the change. The concerns are with the progressivist agenda that has been the primary trajectory of the show over the past few years. They fear it's going to be much worse, and nobody wants to be continually lectured on how horrible they are just for being them. These concerns should have been addressed and clarified 2 months ago, and the continuing silence of Chris Chibnall speaks volumes. Some have theorized that he's remaining silent so as to not to step on outgoing showrunner Steven Moffat's toes, but on this I call bullshit. The longer he goes without addressing this, the worse it's going to get. Chibnall, you owe it to Doctor Who fans to address these criticisms head on. Outgoing showrunner Steven Moffat is not helping matters. In July, he claimed that there was no backlash at all to the casting of a new Doctor. More PR disaster. But things got much worse last week when former showrunner Russell T Davies took the same stand as Moffat. Now, let's be clear before I get into this. I have an immense amount of respect for Davies. He is arguably the most successful showrunner in Doctor Who history and gave us 4 brilliant series. But on this point, he's wrong. Davies claimed that all the quote fuss was caused by journalists looking for a story. His evidence was based upon his experiences in meeting fans in person. But is this an objective way of formulating an opinion? No. He claims that, quote, the 5 people making a fuss, and the 5 people making headlines do not represent the vast body of fandom who are genuinely happy and excited. I'm sorry, but there are definitely more than 5 people that are concerned about this decision. Back in August, Davies also claimed that the idea of casting a male doctor was old-fashioned. Does this mean he thinks that men should be blocked from the role of the Doctor forever? I sincerely hope not. The point is, and it's sad that I feel I have to repeat this over and over again, is that the concerns are not with the gender, they are with the motivations. Pretending that people with these concerns do not exist will not help Doctor Who. In fact, it may irreparably damage it. From my own research over the past few months, it seems clear that a large percentage of those expressing concern seem to be people, both male and female, that grew up with the original series, or became fans before the 2005 revival. These are the people that stood by the show through thick and thin, who supported it during its absence, who bought the audios, and who have supported New Who for the past 12 years. These are the people you're pissing off, and if you lose them, the show is done. There are also many fans, both male and female, that have become fans since 2005, and they are also concerned with what they see happening. I would implore the BBC and the Doctor Who production team to stop pretending that these concerns don't exist. Chris Chibnall needs to address them and ensure audience that their fears are unfounded, and prove this by giving a series based on Doctor Who, not third-wave feminism and social justice. Whittaker needs to play the Doctor as the Doctor, and the focus needs to be on crafting quality stories, something that has been missing in Doctor Who for quite some time. A final problem that I'll mention is the air date. Late 2018 is far too long, although nothing can be done about this now. Given the controversy, waiting more than a year from announcement to air date is probably going to make a number of people give up on the show. What should have been done is film a special that could be aired in the early spring to introduce the new Doctor. This would also introduce fans to the new style of the show and allay fears. Unfortunately, it's starting to look like fans' fears may not be unfounded, because, if they are, very little is being done to quell them. Only time will tell, I guess. Finally, just a technical note. These scripted voiceover videos started as an experiment, and longtime viewers will note that stylistically, they are very different from the way I've constructed my videos over the past 9 years. While I have upgraded my microphone, I still need to invest in a pop filter and better editing software to filter background noise. And don't worry, they are coming. I've decided to keep this style for topical videos, particularly videos related to Doctor Who. Other content, however, such as Blu-ray updates, tech videos, personal vlogs, and unboxing will continue in my normal style. I have been very pleased with the positive response my scripted videos have been receiving, and I want to offer a sincere word of thanks to those that have taken the time to hear me out, rather than simply downvoting the video. And there will be more to come. And, with that said, that's all for today. So, as always everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day.